I want you to do me a favor. I want you to look at the crucifix that's over there. The crucifix, since we're talking about Jesus suffering and dying for us and suffering the fate that we deserve, the crucifix is something that is not well understood by everybody. Okay, I remember when I was your guys' age, I had a friend who was, she was Christian but not a Catholic Christian. So they did not use crucifixes. And she had a really hard time understanding why we had a crucifix. And she said, why would you use such a thing? Because isn't it like you're celebrating his death if you put something like that up? And I said, no, it's not that per se. It's not, I guess it's not so much a celebration as it is a reminder. And it's there in your face where we can see it and we can remember all the time. What does it remind us of, the crucifix? Yes, it reminds us of many things. It reminds us of, most of all, it reminds us of how much he loved us. It reminds us that he loved us so much that he was willing to go through that for us on our behalf. And not just the people that were living, that he was walking on earth with at the time, but also we who are living so many years later, because he knew that he was going to be going through that for everybody who ever walked on the earth. Okay. My mom has a friend who told her once that, she said that we are not capable as humans of really truly understanding how much God loves us. We are too limited to really get how much he loves us. And if we ever got it, we would die. If we ever really got how much God loves us, we would die right there, because our hearts can't contain that much love, because we're human, and we're talking about divine love, which is much bigger than what we have. And so the crucifix helps us remember that we are loved that much, and that's why we have it. Okay. What about when we do accept responsibility for ourselves, though? Because sometimes we do. I want you to think for a minute about how it makes you feel inside when you know you screwed up and you know that you hurt yourself or somebody else. I want you to think for a second about how it feels when you finally are able to do that.
Until 3 in the afternoon. And at 3 o'clock, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eloi, Eloi, lema sabachthani, which is translated, my God, why have you forsaken me? Some of the bystanders who heard it said, look, he's calling Eli. One of them ran, soaked a sponge with wine, put it on a reed, and gave it to him to drink, saying, wait, let us see if Elijah comes to take him down. Jesus gave a loud cry and breathed his last. The veil of the sanctuary was torn in two from top to bottom. When the centurion who stood facing him saw how he breathed his last, he said, truly this man was the Son of God. There were also women looking from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of the younger James and of Joseph and Solomon. These women had followed him when he was in Galilee and ministered to him. There were also many other women who had come up with him to Jerusalem.
Yeah. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Eyes shut. No peeking. No cheating. Okay. Now that everybody's eyes are closed and nobody's going to see this, and this is not going to leave this room, raise your hand.